Happy Sunday, everybody. I thought I would just finish off the autograph series that I've been doing, showing off my autographs. There's still more autographs I have, but I can always show those off later on. But let's try to see if I can finish with these two binders slash portfolio that I have. Now, these are the smaller autographs. These are like the 4x8s and stuff like that. I got some of these through the mail, some of these through trade. So starting off with Raleigh Fingers photograph. I made this was from a trade. I had traded one of my hockey autographs and got the Raleigh Fingers, which I think looks sweet in the powder blue with the blue Sharpie in the background. Fantastic autograph. Next, this is Sonoe Pua, who used to play for the Jets. Got him. He made an appearance at an NFL pop-up store. Now, in New York, we have the NHL teams. We have the NHL store and we have the NBA store. We don't have an MLB store, which I think is preposterous, being that we have two baseball teams here rather, and that's probably why we don't have an MLB pop-up store. Although we do have two NBA teams, and we don't, but we do have an NBA store. But the NFL had a pop-up store which lasted for a couple of weeks, and various Giants and Jets made appearances, and I got to go meet Sonoe Pua the one day I went. Got another Jets autograph here, and for the life of me, I don't remember who this is. I'll have to look it up. Next on the docket, my all-time favorite hockey player, Martin Brodeur. He signed this photo for me at the NHL store. I had actually bought a puck. I wanted him to sign a puck for me, but they were only allowing these little photographs, which is fine. I'm planning on taking this and matting it with the program and the ticket stub from when he broke Patrick Roy's all-time record for wins by a goalie in the NHL, which I was at the game. Islander fan who loves the devil. I don't. I don't know. It just happened. I don't understand. I don't question it. Here's Tony Richardson, who was a fullback for the Jets for a while. Great guy. I met him at MetLife. MetLife sometimes has autograph signings with former players. They'll show up, and I got to meet him. And the same day, I got to meet this guy, Kenny O'Brien, one of my all-time favorite Jets. Growing up, I loved Kenny O'Brien. I do know that we could have had Dan Marino and passed up on Dan Marino, but Kenny O'Brien played well for us. I have no complaints. We just didn't have all the pieces together for a full Super Bowl run. I think our best shot might have been the '85 season in the playoffs. That's when we had the lead, and Mark Gastineau put a late hit on Tony Kozar, and the Browns marched down, tied the game on a field goal, and then won the game in overtime, and it was a divisional game. They would have played the Broncos next. They handled the Broncos, if I remember correctly, that season, and I kind of feel that it could have been an all New York Super Bowl that year with the Jets and the Giants, and the Jets could have probably beat the Giants. That's just my opinion. Calm down, Victor. Calm down. Next, we got Harry Howell, who played for the Rangers. Hall of Famer from the New York Rangers. He won the Norris Trophy in '67, and so he signed this for me on this Hockey Hall of Fame card. Next, we got Ted Lindsay sent me this pamphlet. When I sent him the photographs, he also included this pamphlet into the batch that I got. I had attended a New Jersey Devils Alumni Cup a few years back, and I got to take my picture with the Stanley Cup. We're wearing my Martin Brodeur jersey. I kind of felt it would have been safer to wear the Brodeur jersey rather than one of my Islander jerseys. So I wore that to the game, and I got a couple of the former a couple of the former Rangers, or let's try this again, a couple of the former Devils to sign this for me. Jimmy Dowd's there. Bruce Driver, I believe, is right there. And I don't know who this autograph is. It'll probably come to me later. Actually, I think this might have been Randy McKay rather than Bruce Driver. Over here, I believe his name was Jamie Alexander. Minor leaguer pitcher for the Yankees. Never really made it to the big show. And here I got Gary Carter TTM when he was with the Dodgers. It's just what it was folded, so that's why you can see a line right through the autograph. But Still Gary Goddard autograph, one of the greatest catchers to play the game. Um, Sad that he passed away so soon. He was actually a good catcher. I respected him immensely. This was a Old Timers of Day event at the Staten Island Yankees. A couple of the former players for the Yankees played the day after, or the day before, I believe it was the day after Old Timers Day at the stadium. So here you got Tom Trush, Jay Johnstone, Horace Clarke, who played second base for the Yankees in the 60s and early 70s, Hector Lopez, who played for the Yankees in the 60s, and Jeff Torborg, who also played for the Yankees and was a coach for the Yankees. So they signed the program. This was from a guy by the name of Joe Black, or Greg Black, or something like that. He was a minor league pitcher for the Yankees. He actually was pretty good. I don't understand why he never made it to the show. He pitched well for the Staten Island Yankees the few times I've seen him. Had a low ERA. He probably would have been someone like a Jordan Montgomery had he made the majors. I don't know. I have to take a look into see whatever happened to him. For a while, I was sending requests through the mail to various theaters asking for signed playbills. It's a tradition where if you ask a play for or a signed playbill, they usually respond with one. Sometimes they'll have to they'll ask for a donation, but you'll get it. This was my first one. I requested obviously the Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. I never did get to see the play. I believe it's in Vegas now, so if I ever make it out to Vegas, I'll have to check it out then. But I got the whole cast on this playbill, and it's in my collection. Next up, an Angela Bassett signed playbill. A friend of mine gave this to me. And I have the cast signed Mary Poppins playbill. I may actually start doing the playbill thing again, because sometimes you get a lot of top-notch Hollywood actors who generally don't sign, but will do the playbill thing. So hopefully, maybe I'll start doing that again if I ever do go back to TTMing. One of the reasons why I stopped TTMing was because, to be honest with you, my hands would start hurting after writing letter after letter, and it got to be an annoyance for me to find stuff to say, especially if a player who generally doesn't have a large cup of coffee, and you have to figure out something to tell the guys so that way they can give you an autograph. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me. I didn't want to seem like I was BSing the guy, so that was another reason why I kind of stopped. So these are larger photographs. Not all these are signed. I got John Starks to sign. He did an appearance at a car dealership in Queens, and I got him to sign this photograph in paint pen. He signed the dunk. This is a famous play in Knicks history where he dunked on Horace Grant and Michael Jordan in the playoffs. But of course, I believe that was the same game where Kurt Thomas all of a sudden or Charles Smith rather, forgot to find find how to hit a layup while he's underneath the basket, and I believe the Knicks won the Blues in this game. It's still this moment, though, still a seminal moment in Knicks history. These are two unsigned photographs. So this was a photograph. I do have to send it to Richie Guerin. That's the guy's name. Remember yesterday in the last video, I couldn't remember his first name. It's Richie Guerin. That's the guy who played for the Knicks in the 50s. He's still with us. Lives in Florida. He's a Bronx boy like I am. So I'm going to see if I can get this out to him within the next couple of days and get him to sign it before anything, unfortunately, happens. So he's not able to sign. I've been holding on to this Tanaka magazine in hopes of ever getting him to sign it. Hopefully one day he'll sign it for me. This is another one I've been dying to get signed. John Tavares at the Stadium Series against the Rangers. I think this signed on the ice over here, or faux ice, because this obviously was something set up by the NHL. Would look fantastic signed in blue there if I can ever figure out when he does appearances. This I also intended Phil Jackson to sign at some point. Don't think that's ever going to happen, especially now that he's no longer the president of the Knicks. There's another one that I also intended to get signed by Kyle Oposo. He's with Buffalo now. I think I have heard he's easy to get if you find him. That he'll sign for you. So maybe one day if I decide to, I'll try to see if I can get him to sign this photograph for me. Here's one of Tim Hardaway Jr. that I also wanted to get signed. That never happened. I think he's with Atlanta now. I got Doc Gooden to sign this photograph here of the no-hitter. Now, this photograph is not exactly in the best pixelation. I didn't realize until after I got the autograph signed and took a closer look, which is something that I should have done beforehand, but stupid me, I never did do that. And that's the reason why I didn't get this signed. This is a Gossage photograph. I did get Gossage in person, but I didn't get him to sign this photograph because I wasn't happy with the way it came out. Here's another one that I wanted to get of Derek Fisher when he was Knicks head coach. Fortunately, never got around to it. Don't know if he's even still in the NBA. Wayne Corbett did not. I did not get Corbett to sign this picture because I wasn't happy with the way it came out as well. Maury Stoudemire signed this at a signing. Unfortunately, he grabbed a Sharpie, and the Sharpie didn't come out all that great on it. I mean, it's still an autograph, but I would have liked it had the Sharpie came out better. As you can see, it's really kind of faded. But I will still frame this at some point. Hopefully, it'll look good once it's... Sorry about that. It looks like the camera cut off really quick, so I'm almost done, so I'll finish this up really quick. This is a 8x10 of the old Knicks logo that I like to get signed by various players I get to meet. Really quickly, I got John Starks here, Anthony Mason, Earl Monroe signed it for me, Dick Van Arsdale, Larry Johnson also signed it for me. I believe this is Meta World Peace over here. So I got a couple of other guys on this autograph. Dr. J signed this for me at an appearance at a JBL in Manhattan. This was the piece I wanted him to sign, but they, again, didn't want to let outside autographs or any outside items, so they had this picture. It's a nice picture, so I got him to sign it, and I can say I got a Dr. J autograph. And finally, met Wayne Corbett at a Steiner signing. I actually won tickets to a dual signing. It was a Facebook contest, so I actually won the tickets. So I got to meet Wayne Corbett, who's my favorite Jet, and he signed that for me in great, really nice. Came out in the great, and got Vinny Testaverde signed this picture for me, and that came out pretty darn well also. I actually like the way this came out with the silver paint pen over here. So, and I actually think that might be it. Yep, that's all I have right now. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please don't forget to comment if you have anything to say. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already for more sports card bobbleheads, autographs, and other content relatable to sports on this page. If you guys have any questions, please also feel free to leave them down in the comment below. I just checked up on how my subscribers, 1 new subscriber, so thank you very much. I'm 1 person away now from 200, which I'm hoping to get soon. And sometime in August, I will run a 200 subscriber contest, probably for a blaster of cards. I will probably have a second prize also, so just keep an eye out for that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching the videos. I really appreciate the support you guys have given me throughout the course of the few months that I've been posting videos. Just remember, guys, collecting is a life, so live it.